The night cloaked New York City in a suffocating darkness, the bustling metropolis alive with its usual cacophony of sounds, though to Ira, something felt distinctly wrong. Walking alongside Vanessa, his honed senses detected a sinister presence. When a speeding black car veered toward them with deliberate intent, Ira acted instantly, pulling Vanessa aside just in time. The car missed them by inches, but danger loomed closer as another identical vehicle sped toward them. Reacting with superhuman agility, Ira leaped into the air, carrying Vanessa to safety. Yet, the attack intensified as more cars joined the chase, their engines howling with a malicious force. These weren't mere vehicles, they were instruments of destruction, cutting through the city with reckless abandon. Innocent bystanders became collateral damage in the unfolding chaos. Holding Vanessa tightly, Ira sprinted with inhuman speed, navigating the collapsing urban battlefield. Despite their relentless pace, Vanessa gasped, "We can't keep running like this." Ira, realizing the futility of fleeing, spotted a narrow alley and dashed into its dark confines. In the brief sanctuary, Vanessa trembled with fear while Ira apologized, guilt evident in his voice. Vanessa, resilient despite her terror, demanded answers. "What's happening? Why are they trying to kill us?" The night had thickened around Ira and Vanessa as they descended from the rooftop, their escape from the chaos above leaving them with an uneasy calm. The city's distant sirens and fires seemed muted, but the sense of dread clung to the air like a shadow. Reaching the bottom of the fire escape, Ira remained vigilant, scanning the darkness for threats, while Vanessa clung to his side, still processing the supernatural events that had unfolded. "Ira," she whispered, her voice trembling, "what is happening? Who, or what, is Bree?" Ira's expression darkened. "Bree isn't just a person. He's a force of pure evil, created by Tiamat herself. He's unleashed his army, possessed beings, to destroy me and anyone close to me." Before they could continue, a low growl interrupted them, and glowing red eyes emerged from the shadows. Vanessa froze, terror overtaking her as a massive, corrupted tiger stepped into view. The beast's snarls and demonic aura sent shivers down her spine, its glowing eyes fixed on Ira with unnatural hatred. "Ira, what is that?" Vanessa whispered fearfully. "It's one of Bree's creations," Ira said grimly, stepping protectively in front of her. The tiger growled, its teeth bared, and the night seemed to pulse with impending violence. Ira tightened his grip on Vanessa's hand, sensing her fear. "Vanessa," he whispered urgently, his voice calm yet commanding, "go back up the ladder. Now." Vanessa's wide eyes filled with panic. "Ira, I can't leave you. That thing, it'll kill you." "I'll be fine," he insisted, leaving no room for argument. "You need to be safe. Go, now." After a moment's hesitation, Vanessa turned and climbed the ladder, her hands trembling on the cold metal. Ira watched her ascend, his heart pounding with determination and fear. Turning back to face the corrupted tiger, he braced himself. The creature crouched low, muscles coiled, its glowing red eyes locked on him. With a feral roar, it lunged. Ira caught its snapping jaws just in time, but the impact slammed him to the ground. The tiger's claws tore into his flesh, hot breath reeking of decay. Straining against the beast's immense strength, Ira fought to hold it at bay. Blood poured from his wounds as he twisted, throwing the tiger off balance. In a final act of desperation, Ira thrust his hand into its throat, choking the life out of the beast. The tiger collapsed, lifeless, but Ira, gravely injured, stood barely conscious, his victory painfully hollow. Ira stumbled back, his vision blurring as the sounds of the night faded into a dull roar. He collapsed beside the tiger's lifeless body, unable to stay on his feet. Vanessa's panicked voice called out from the rooftop, but to Ira, it felt distant and muffled, as though separated by a vast chasm. Darkness closed in, and the last thing he saw was Vanessa descending the ladder, rushing toward him, before his world faded completely. In the void of unconsciousness, Ira drifted in timeless darkness. Slowly, a faint light appeared, growing stronger until warmth touched his senses. Vanessa's urgent voice pierced through, trembling with a mixture of fear and hope. Ira. Ira, please, wake up, she pleaded, her hands shaking as she clutched his arm. As she watched, the impossible unfolded, Ira's grievous wounds closed, bruises faded, and blood vanished. His body healed at an unnatural speed, leaving no trace of the tiger's brutal attack. Vanessa stared in disbelief, her breath catching. She whispered his name, hesitant to touch him, fearing it was an illusion. Then, his eyes fluttered open, meeting hers with an ancient, weary gaze. Vanessa, he rasped, disoriented. When she told him he was alive, Ira searched his unscarred body, stunned. This has happened before, he admitted quietly, after battles, after death. Ira admitted, his voice heavy with the weight of his past, many times. There have been moments when I was certain I had breathed my last, but then something pulls me back. I don't understand it. I never have. Vanessa stared at him, overwhelmed by the revelation that this ancient warrior, once a king of a lost civilization, had faced death repeatedly only to rise again, healed and whole. How, she asked softly, barely able to process it. Ira looked at his hands that had wielded legendary weapons and held loved ones in a time almost mythical. I don't know. All I know is that I'm here, alive, when I shouldn't be. Vanessa's voice trembled. Do you think it's connected to Marduk? To the gods? Ira nodded faintly. Perhaps. He has always been a presence in my life, but why he continues to bring me back, I cannot say. I am no longer the king I once was. But you're still Ira, Vanessa insisted. You're still fighting for something greater. Ira met her gaze, searching for meaning. And what am I fighting for now? Vanessa hesitated before replying, I don't know, but if anyone can stand against the darkness, it's you. She placed a trembling hand on his arm. You won't face it alone. Ira's lips curved into a rare, grateful smile. Thank you, Vanessa. You remind me of someone I once knew. Belshaltinana. Vanessa whispered the name, recognizing a connection to the ancient queen from her dreams. Could I be her reincarnation? She asked, her voice trembling. Ira replied gently, whether you are or not, you are here now, and that is enough. As Vanessa prepared to speak, Ira's demeanor shifted, his eyes narrowing with a keen alertness. The air around them grew dense, charged with an ominous energy that sent a shiver through her. Ira, what is it? She asked, her voice trembling with concern. His gaze darkened as he scanned the shadows, his senses heightened. Something's coming, he murmured, his tone low and urgent. The darkness I mentioned, it's closer than I realized. Vanessa felt a cold dread wash over her heart pounding in her chest. She remembered the suffocating presence from her dreams, the oppressive shadows that had haunted her. Now, it seemed those nightmares were breaking into reality, creeping closer. What do we do? She whispered, barely able to steady her voice. Ira turned to her, his expression resolute, his eyes blazing with determination. We prepare, he said firmly. Whatever is coming, we face it together. And we will not fall. Vanessa nodded, drawing strength from his resolve. Though fear gripped her, she found courage in his words. She vowed to stand by him, no matter the cost. Together, they braced themselves for the encroaching darkness, ready to fight for survival and for each other.